Will Bungie ever unvault some of the things that they have thrown into the Destiny content? Vault is the topic of today's video, and we actually have a response from the Destiny 2 director, Jogaroth. He's actually responded to this publicly now, so this is a big one. A lot of people were speculating about the reprise raid being perhaps a Destiny 2 raid that was brought back. Of course, it ended up being announced as Crota's End, as you can see the gameplay here behind me. This is from D1 Crota, this is not D2 Crota. And so that leaves a lot of people with the question of, will we ever see some of those activities and some of those raids unvaulted from the DCV from the Destiny 2 side of things? Technically, those were only thrown in there 3 years ago, so I'm kind of happy that we don't have a reprise raid being a D2 raid because they just haven't been gone long enough, even though I did really enjoy the Leviathan raid quite a bit, especially Spire of Stars. That raid was actually really sick. Here on Twitter, we have Evan F saying, hey, at Jogaroth, not sure if you answered this already, but is there any plan to bring back the DCV'd raids, missions, campaigns, activities, etc.? The community deserves to know if they are returning in the final shape later or ever again. To which Joe Blackburn responds actually saying, I've been really happy with the quality of the reprise stuff coming to the Legends tab. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that down below. Excited for more stuff like Crota, timeline missions, and the eluded more exotic missions coming to the rotator we talked about in the show. So they're also referencing there that the Whisper mission and 0 Hour are more than likely going to show up in that exotic mission rotator at some point in time, maybe not necessarily next season. Hopefully at least one of them per season would be really nice, and that would mix up the exotic mission rotator quite a bit. He then goes on to say all of this stuff does take a lot of design, test, artwork to get ported and into good shape in the new sandbox and working in the new engine. No big announcements, but I would expect us to keep doing a balance of reprises amongst making sure we're also shipping new stuff. So no big announcements from Jogaroth in regards to this, but let me know your thoughts. How do you feel about Bungie's balance between reprise content and new content? Do you think that they're balancing it well, or do you think that they should scale it one way or the other? Sometimes I really like the reprise content, the nostalgia that comes with it. Like for example, Crota coming back, I'm actually really excited for it. And I also would imagine that next year, like 364 days from now, we're gonna get Wrath of the Machine back, which I would also be really excited for because that was one of the better raids, especially from D1. And by the time that comes back, it would be hard to remember what it was like playing that in Destiny. So that'll actually be pretty exciting, seeing Wrath of the Machine return in a year from now, if that is the one that Bungie ends up choosing. I'm a little bit torn when it comes to reprise content though, because while I do like the nostalgic stuff to come back, I also get a little bit frustrated because sometimes I just want something new, and I get a little bit tired of all the reprisal stuff. So I think that Bungie does a decent job balancing it. However, I kind of wish they would tip the scales a little more in favor of new stuff. But let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments, and make sure you're subscribed here with notifications on if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Later.